Something is bothering me. There's not a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Well, there is behind the scenes and that, but as loads of news stories go, it's quieting down a lot. A lot of these, you know, big Q followers and stuff, and all these big accounts, they've all been taken down. We're all doing what we can. Q's not posting as much at the moment, so it always gets a bit quieter then, because there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. We'll see. But yeah, what's bothering me? Right. Caroline Kennedy, daughter of JFK, and her son, grandson of JFK, Jack Schlossberg, whatever his name is, did a video last week endorsing Joe Biden, getting right behind him, Joe Biden for president. Now, as followers of the plan and all this sort of stuff, we don't like seeing things like that. It's a bit odd, really, but no one's really talking about it. So I don't know what's really going on. About 4 months ago, all the Kennedy grandkids did a video on YouTube singing "It's going down, we're yelling timber," and they weren't as good at singing as me. By that little demonstration there, they were all over the show. Anyway, they did this, and we all think this is brilliant, this is all going down and all that, because what the George Herbert Walker Bush, who was in charge of the CIA when Kennedy was going to take them down, was he in charge then? Was it? He was heavily involved anyway. When Kennedy made his speech about taking them down, I think he was in charge, and his Secret Service code name was Timberwolf. So we're all in our truth community buzzing about that, discussing it, cross-referencing stuff, looking into it. So it was a bit of a shock last week to see, well, you know, JFK's daughter embracing Biden, but especially the grandkid Jack. So, you don't know what's going on, do you? You don't know whether this is they've got the ump. I mean, was it Trump's niece or something wrote a book about him, but that was bollocks, apparently. So we've all got, well, not all of us have got, you know, rogue members to our family, but some people have. So are they genuinely for Biden? You know, especially if JFK Jr. is still alive. How can they be? Or is it all part of a whiteout plan and optics? But how can that be? Optics? I'm trying to get my head around it. So, the only thing I can think of, and I'm just being hypothetical here, you know, no proof of anything about what I'm going to say now. But it's just, you know, it's just little theories and stuff, isn't it? So I can't believe they're genuinely behind them, Biden and that. So it's got to be part of the plan if it is. So why? Well, this would only work, wouldn't it, if they swap Joe Biden as the candidate. Well, everyone thinks that's going to happen anyway. Because if they swap him out, bring in a new candidate, then the Kennedys could all of a sudden go, we do not endorse that candidate, and swing all or any of the voters they may have gained for Biden over to Team Trump. You know, that's just the theory, isn't it? Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are apparently now doing COVID-19 tests daily. Well, if you want to switch someone out, I think I mentioned this last time, if you want to switch someone out, just say, oh, they've tested positive for COVID. They're out. Oh, have you been standing next to him? You've got to go home for 14 days as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of talk about they've just given up on the campaign anyway. But they are desperate, the deep state. They're pulling all guns out, aren't they? All angles, all attacks. So, you know, we know they're going for riots and stuff, but why wouldn't they? Trump has also asked for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to be drug tested before debates, I think, and I've heard this about other people as well, I think he wants to test people to see if they've been on hydroxychloroquine or some other medicine that keeps the COVID at bay. Yes. It's, you know, it's something to think about, isn't it? I know a lot of people don't want to do any thinking. Oh no. But I like overthinking maybe sometimes. I certainly like exploring every avenue. So, yeah, that'd be amazing. Anyway, we'll see. Did anyone know that the Democrats have been trying to repeal and get rid of or change the 22nd Amendment? Now, what is the 22nd Amendment, I hear you ask? Let me tell you. No person shall be elected to the office of the President more than twice. And no person who has held the office of President or acted as President for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected President shall be elected to the office of the President more than once. Which basically says, if you've been elected to the presidency twice, like Barack Hussein Obama has, you'll be allowed to come back and have another go, won't you? Now, a lot of us, nutters, tinfoil hatters, have been talking about that for ages. There was even a slogan to it, bring black back. So, bringing Michelle Obama, back as running for presidency with Barack Obama, right, as her running mate, so he could get into the office without becoming president, right, might have been able to happen. But now, what they're trying to do with this is never going to happen anyway, but they're desperate, aren't they? They might be able to do it the other way round in their minds, that have him running for presidency again. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that would love that. He's the saviour. He's not. He's a very naughty boy. Anyway, watch out for all that, or some of that, or none of it. Couple of other things. BLM, Antifa, there's still going on, rioting, but what they're doing now is they are doing a lot of stuff the sort of Nazis were doing in the day. In 1933, Nazis roamed the streets of Germany demanding that people throw their fist up to show their support for Adolf Hitler. Really? Well, that wouldn't happen in this day and age, would it? No, there's all these videos online at the moment, BLM Antifa. People are sitting down outside, trying to have something to eat, have a coffee, you know, wearing a mask, however they want to do it, with all these fuckers, right, surrounding them. Really, you know, this poor lady in a pink top, I don't know where it is, whether it's New York or wherever, and they're all standing around there with their arms in the air, demanding that she puts her arm in the air and she's sitting back. She's got fucking balls of steel, this woman, I tell you. I'd have told her to fuck off and turned away. But I know I'd have got something slammed in the back of my head probably for doing it. Fair play to this lady. They are standing there like that. Please watch. Well, I've pasted a picture of it on my wall so you can see that anyway. Yeah, this is, you know, these anti-fascists are the fascists, aren't they? They are, if not, they are becoming the fascists. How can they not see that? Shouting and spitting at people. They're the violent ones. Have you ever seen any QAnon supporter or anything like that being violent? These people you can see it a mile off, can't you? Yeah. Now, one more thing. I mean, I know the body cam footage came out of George Floyd about 3 weeks ago, was it now? Something like that. And showing him to be off his nut, really, and apparently he was pretty close to overdosing on fentanyl. He was saying, I can't breathe, you know, while he was standing up, while he was in the car, and that. And they had to use a bit of force on him. No one could ever condone that geezer kneeling on his neck for 8.5 minutes. But, what if... I don't know. What if these guys are found not guilty? I've no more evidence than, you know, what I've seen with my own eyes and this sort of stuff, but, you know, what are these people going to... If all this evidence comes out, will the rioters go, oh, and die down, or will it go completely the other way and fire these rioters back up? I don't know. What I do know at the moment is they're picking on fucking a lot of innocent people, and it's not on. Just, they need to fucking leave people alone. If you've got a battle with someone, you battle them, not people sitting down having a coffee trying to get on with their lives. Yeah. Love and light, people. Where we go one, we go all.